What did the slow tomato say to the others? I'll catch up. Get it? Tomatoes make ketchup. Hey, it's Old Bald Dad here, and it's time for another Testing Tuesday. And on Tuesdays is where we take a list, we put it to the test, and see, is it actually true? And always remember, if you like our content, you can hit us up and follow us and subscribe here on YouTube. Or if you like bad dad jokes, you can follow me on Twitter or on Facebook. I put a bad dad joke up every single day. You can find it, crack yourself up, or just groan along with everybody else. So Testing Tuesday, we're going to put a new list to the test. And this list, again, since I'm old, possibly, I'm bald, yep, dad, definitely. Since I'm an old bald dad, I look at some old things. So our list today that we're going to be looking at is if you were born before 1994, this list is just pure childhood memories. And it says a warm nostalgia hug. So we'll see if this list that we're going to look at is pure childhood memories. Is this my childhood memories? Now, mind you, by the time I hit the 90s, I wasn't quite what you'd call a child anymore. I hit about 8 years old when I hit the 90s. But through my teen years and all that, so we'll take a look at this list. So we're going to go through this list and see if you know any of these things. If this was your childhood, throw back to it. If you're a little bit younger, then I'm going to show you that you missed out on some great things, but I hope you've checked these things out. And so we're going to look into this list. We're going to have some time, have some fun. And number one on our list that we're going to be looking at today is this. It says this one: you couldn't wait until Laura and Steve Urkel would finally become a couple. And look at that. There they are sitting on that's a nice red couch. Steve Urkel and Laura. That is from the show Family Matters. I got to tell you, I love the show Family Matters. I used to watch both Full House and Family Matters, and I'm a little upset with Netflix. You see, Netflix, they put Fuller House on, the kind of extension of Full House. They put Full House on. Where is Family Matters? They've got other classic shows from the 90s, and they've got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I've seen A Different World on there. So where is Family Matters? I want Family Matters on Netflix. Somebody start a petition. I want a petition going around. I will sign it. Family Matters on Netflix. Now, truthfully, you can get it on Amazon Prime, but you have to pay for it. You have to buy the episodes. I suppose that wouldn't be too bad because I would own them. But why would I want to buy them when I can get it for free from streaming? On Netflix, the subscriptions that I have. I demand, Netflix, you listen to me, because I'm a dad. I want Family Matters on Netflix. Make it happen. That's what I declare. But Steve Urkel and Laura, what an odd pair that was. Steve being the resident neighbor, the nerd. This is what a nerd is. It's what he is. He always was going for his neighbor, had a crush on her for the entire series. Even, you got funny episodes where he wanted to become Stefan Urkel. He was great. Jaleel White made an appearance on Fresh Prince as well. But it was a great show. I encourage you, if you can find it, watch it. Awesome show. I love that show. Next up, sticking in the relationship aspect to it, is and when the relationship between Corey and Topanga was something you were so invested in. This is Boy Meets World. I don't go for a lot of the remakes. Never watched Girl Meets World. Don't really care. But Boy Meets World, I love that show. I invested in that show. I enjoyed it back when I had TV. And I would encourage this one too. I like this show. Great show. Watching them grow. They grew up with you. I gotta admit, that is pure nostalgia. So far, these have been doing good. I give them a round of applause so far. This list starting out well. Much better than their previous lists. Warm nostalgia for me. I enjoyed watching Boy Meets World, growing with them, with Corey, with Sean, and had a great show. And yeah, them being a couple, that was definitely something I invested in even as a younger child. How about this one? When having your own TV VCR combo. Having a TV VCR combo. Now, sorry, old bald dad did not have one of these. His childhood didn't have these things. You had to have the two separate, and I still never owned one of these. And in fact, I've seen them. I think these would be great to have because I still have VHSs, but never owned one of these. So this isn't nostalgia for me. But did you have one of these? Did you have one of these in your house? Did you have one in your room? I never did. Old bald dad, what he had in his room was his little TV. Used to watch baseball games throughout the summer. It was great. I watched the 92, 93 World Series with the Blue Jays. Best baseball team. I don't care if they're horrible at times. Still love the Blue Jays. Got a chance to see them last year. It was a great time. Had my own TV. Never had one of these. Never had a TV VCR combo. Never did. Now, I doubt pretty much anybody does. They just want to watch anything. They watch it on tablets now. I'm surprised people even have TVs anymore, except for the fact they want to watch things on a large screen. Everybody's watching on tablets and screens, computers. What happened to good old-fashioned TVs? Yeah, I guess I still do, because TVs are still for sale. And they're out there. How about this one? When having a Dunkaroo for lunch felt decadent. Yeah, you know what it was. I never got Dunkaroos in my lunch too much. Never really did. The problem was it's just basically cookie and cake frosting. That's all it is. Cookie, white vanilla frosting. Maybe they throw some sprinkles in there. You can get some chocolate one too. But the problem was they never ever gave you enough frosting. So if you really dunked every cookie, you ran out of frosting. You ran out. Not right. They should send extra frosting in these things. Dunkaroos still do exist. So this isn't just childhood nostalgia. I'm sorry, Dunkaroos exist. So list kind of fails right there. Not because this isn't my childhood, but because these things still exist around where I am. So, sorry, list, you fail. List to the test. It fails, gets the X. We're done. But Dunkaroos, great little snack. The worst thing was, if you managed to eat all the cookies, then you're trying to get the rest of the frosting out. I don't know, did you use your finger? Did you lick it? I am an old bald dad. He'd stick his tongue right in there. You got to clean out all that frosting. Need that sugary goodness to accomplish his day. That's what we need. See, back then, wasn't caffeine. Caffeine's what we got now. Yeah. Back then, it was sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Need more sugar. Absolutely. Next up on our list, it says, when having a Fruitopia was the most refreshing thing to drink. I gotta admit, I loved Fruitopia. I absolutely did. Came in the can, came in the bottle. I loved Fruitopia. Now, notice I said in the past tense, I loved Fruitopia. Not anymore. I don't know what they did, if they watered it down, if they removed some sugar, trying to make it more healthy. How healthy can you make a sugary drink? It just doesn't taste the same anymore. The flavors that I used to love didn't work anymore. I remember even when I was working and when I had a break and it was a hot day outside, I'd go in, pop a coin into the machine, get myself a nice fruit integration Fruitopia. I don't know what they did. It doesn't taste the same. But Fruitopia still exists. I can get it at the local KFC or whatnot. But I don't like it anymore. Like I said, it just tastes water. It tastes so watery now. It's like, I don't know, here's some water. We need something. I made some flavor. Oh, drop some food coloring in. Food coloring. What about the actual flavoring? You don't need flavoring anymore. Just make it colored water and tell people it tastes like something. I think that's what Fruitopia did. Honestly, I think it's what they did. I find it absolutely disgusting now. I mean, if you liked Fruitopia back in the past, tell me, what flavor did you like? And my question, do you like it now? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I don't like it anymore. Sorry, Fruitopia. Whoever makes it, I don't like your drink anymore. How about this one? When these markers smelled like the most delicious things ever. First of all, did you ever have these markers? Do these markers still exist? I imagine some form of them still exist. But these markers, they came in every sorts of flavors. You would smell them. And I can remember, I never owned any of these, but I remember sitting in school, and if I got lucky enough, I'd be sitting next to one of the girls, and the girls would have one of these. And everybody just wants to like take a cover off. It's like, what's this smell like? What's this one smell like? What's this smell like? And sometimes you'd guess. Sometimes it'd smell good. Sometimes it smelled pretty good. Bubblegums ones smelled pretty good. Chocolate's all right. And just to smell it. But who really wants their artwork to smell? When you really think about it, think about this. Have you ever seen somebody go and like they're trying to buy a piece of art and they're standing there looking at it, it's like, And then the next thing you know, like, I'm not sure about this piece of art. Let me get up and smell it. Let me get up and smell it. No, doesn't have the right smell. Doesn't have the smell I want. Doesn't smell like bubble gum. No, doesn't smell like bubble gum. No, I don't know. It was a great toy to have as a kid, but it's really completely impractical. You don't get graded on how your work smells and that kind of thing. You didn't get graded on your artwork smells. But they were a fun little thing to do. You just smelly markers. And I think that it probably put people on a dark path. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think they encouraged the sniffing of fumes. It's like, hey, smell this, smell this. Hey, what's wrong with you now? Why are you laughing all the time? I've been sniffing markers, but it smelled like bubble gum. I'm sorry. I think it was a good ploy. I think a bad idea in the long run, but that's just the way it is. Next up, it says, and when you thought this is what your grocery shopping would look like when you grew up. Let's see, what do we got here? We got Pringles. Someone likes Pringles. Minute Maid juice. Okay. Hick, I have no idea what Hick is. I'm guessing it's a juice box type of thing. And Sunny D and Minute Maid. Okay. I got one problem with this. And my problem is here, what do you mean that's what I thought my grocery list would look like? If I could get away with it, that is my grocery list. That and ramen noodles. Absolutely. When I first moved out on my own, my grocery bill kind of looked like that, except it was just noodles and stir fry. That's all I ate. But that's what my grocery bill looks like now. I get a list, old bald dad gets a list from his wife, and it's pick up Sunny D. How many? Well, I got to pick up at least 3 at a time. If I got one of my kids with me, drive along. He's like, sour cream and onion? What he means is, I want you to go to the Walmart and buy me Pringles, sour cream and onion Pringles. He would eat them all day long. He would sit there and eat them and eat them and eat them. So this is my grocery list. I don't know what it means. Nostalgia. That's not what I thought my grocery list is. That partly is my grocery list. Come on. I don't know. Maybe I need some more vegetables in my diet. Maybe that's why old bald dad lost his hair. I don't know. Too much sugar when he was a kid. Too many sugary and junk food now that he's old. I don't know. Maybe that's why old bald dad's hair kind of took off. I don't know. Nostalgia. Building your own pillow/blanket fort. I would do this now. I think it's fun when my kids want this. Hey, let's build a fort. Look, just look at this picture. Look at this picture. That is a dad who's sitting in the fort with his kid. Notice that? It's not the moms who sit in the fort. It's the dads. The dads want the fort. Well, I tell you a secret about dads. We still want to play. We still want to have fun. We still want to be out there. We still want to enjoy it. Absolutely. Pillow fort, yeah, let's go. Blanket forts, pillow forts, a lot of fun. Gotta admit, I would build one now. It's what I would do. Cleanup's kind of a pain, but building the fort, always love the fort. I guarantee you, I could go home right now, build a fort in my living room. I would sit in it. My kids would sit in it. We'd have a great time. My wife would walk in and go, what on earth are you doing? But oh well, that's the way it is. Building a pillow fort, definitely not just childhood nostalgia. Let's do it today. I think that's what we need. I think we need more pillow forts. Absolutely. I think every house should have a blanket and pillow fort built in it. It should be built into the design. I think that should be a movement. Absolutely. When going to a friend's birthday party meant going to Discovery Zone. I don't know. I gotta tell you, a couple years ago, kids getting older, kids' birthdays are about the same time. We took them to a fun place. I gotta tell you, as an adult, one thing I hate nowadays, you got it, strange, planning the kid's birthday party, taking him to a zone, and being made to stand on the outside. And I gotta sit there and I gotta watch, because apparently old bald dads put on a little too much weight. I don't know. They don't let me in. It was great. We went to this place and they had this big foam pit. Absolutely, foam pit. And I'm thinking the whole time, I want to get in there. I'd love to get in there. I'd love to get in there. We had about a half hour left in the party. Sure enough, the worker says, hey, by the way, grown-ups, you can get in too. Absolutely. First thing I did, run, jump into the pit, foam pit. A lot of fun. First thing I realized after I got in there, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't get out. It's hard to move in these things. But being a kid, having a Discovery Zone, place like this, there wouldn't be any ball pits anymore, I know, because it's too hard to clean. But that pure nostalgia. What was your favorite birthday party? Let me ask you that. What was your favorite birthday party? Let me know in the comments. Let's chat back and forth, have some fun. When the biggest argument among you and your friends, who got to be which Power Ranger? And I want you to notice something about this. This is the original Power Rangers. Not any of this latter stuff, none of the stuff that continued on. This is the original Power Rangers. With them, with Rita Repulsive as the bad guy, Goldar. I absolutely love these. I watched Power Rangers. We would discuss it amongst friends along ways. And I remember having a discussion when Tommy came back as the Green Ranger. And hearing that, we were excited about that. And the sad part to admit, I was in high school and we were excited about this. I absolutely loved this show. I thought it was a great show. You watch it now and it's completely cheesy, absolutely. But I loved it. I gotta admit, I loved Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers. Absolutely loved it. Had the SNES game, the SNES game for it. It was great. I loved Power Rangers, the show. How about this one? And when this was the only group chat you cared about. Split screen gaming. Absolutely at its finest. But we played this some. We played Mario Kart some. I played this even in university. We had one. Mario Kart. But we used to play other games like GoldenEye a lot and shooters. Things like that. Even you look it up. The classic shooter for the N64 was GoldenEye. We used to play it, but you used to get so mad at each other. We used to play Perfect Dark as well. There's another one, another shooter. You get so mad at each other because there's one rule that you try to put into place. No screen watching. You cannot screen watch. It stops camping. No screen watching. You get so mad at each other. It's like, you're watching my screen. I know you are. You're watching my screen. And you would know they were too because you'd walk around the corner and before you even turn, they shoot. Why? Because they're watching your screen. They know it. It was the cheapest thing to do. One thing about online gaming now is nobody can watch screens. But I think the problem with online gaming is you weren't in the same room. I think you need more split screen gaming, more than online gaming. Split screen gaming, because you get 4 friends sitting on a couch, sitting in a room. I don't care if they're hollering at each other. They're interacting. They're talking to each other. They're razzing each other. And not online, being some tough guy online. They're talking about each other, because when they get done playing, then they got to go outside and play. And they'll enjoy it. I think that gaming needs to go back to split screen gaming. Online gaming is good. Does happen. I do some online gaming, but split screen gaming needs to come back. Games like Mario Kart, Mario Party. I love Mario Party. Great times. Split screen gaming. I'm going to stop there. These are nostalgia things from the past. Great times. Let me know. What's the nostalgia thing from your past that you absolutely love that should be brought back? Do you agree that Family Matters should be ending up on Netflix? Do you agree that it should be pillow forts and blanket forts in every house? And do you agree there should be more split screen gaming rather than online gaming? Let me know in the comments. This is a great time being with you. Like, subscribe, be great. This is Old Bald Dad signing off.